Hi, I'm Steve Saylor, an accessibility consultant in the video game industry, and here is a menu deep dive into the settings menu of Hi-Fi Rush that just got released for the Xbox Series X and S. So I actually have yet to be able to boot up the game here, because sometimes they like to be able to include things at the very beginning of opening of the game in regards to menus or any content warnings. So I'm excited to be able to see what it has. And I've been told by some folks at Bethesda that there actually is some accessibility in there. So this was actually a very nice surprise from the developer direct today. It looks like we got a photosensitivity warning in multiple languages. Great. It has like this really fun style, and I'm really curious to kind of see how this plays, to be honest. So I'm going to turn this down just a little bit so for my ears. Oops. There we go. Alrighty. So push any button. All right, when you see this mark, the game is auto-saving. Okay, cool. I like the fact that there is large text in this. Hi-Fi Rush is crucial to gameplay, so it is the best experience in a low-latency environment. If you're experiencing what feels like an input lag, try setting your television to game mode and or directly connecting your video and output audio all together. Interesting. That actually is kind of good to be able to give that information. All right, so text language, English. 2D texture language setting. Okay, we got that. Love to see it. All right, let's continue forward. Continue with these. Oh, nope. Continue with these settings. Yes. Adjust the gamma. I think the gamma is kind of currently fine as it is now. I mean, this is a very bright game, so definitely feel like I can be able to do pretty well with that. Okay, yep. Hit that. Enabling streamer mode. Streamer mode is for players who intend to post videos of gameplay on the internet. We license some awesome songs from some big-time rockstar types. I love the language already. But if you post videos with that licensed music, you'll likely get takedown notices for have your videos muted or face other claims. Turning streamer mode on replaces those licensed songs with original songs made, especially for streaming Hi-Fi Rush. Please know that we can't guarantee that external parties won't interfere with the above. Okay. All right. We're going to put streamer mode on because as of this video, this will go up at the same time as I have a first hour gameplay video that goes up on my second channel, BlindGamerSteve. You can be able to check out the link there or in the description down below. So we're going to put streamer mode on there. Cutscene subtitles, we'll have that on. Love that it's on by default. Cutscene speaker name, love to have that on. Cutscene subtitle background, love to see that on. Context subtitles. Enable context subtitles highlighting text in the scene, which may be important to understanding the situation. Sure. Yeah, why not? Actually could be useful for full captions. So that actually might work. Action voice subtitles, turn on or off action voice subtitles. Action voice subtitles are non-story related call-outs that play out during the game. For those who have difficulty hearing them, they can be displayed when said during gameplay. Love that. I love that they're putting a lot of effort into deaf and hard of hearing, because obviously in a rhythm-based music game, you need to listen to the music. Well, what happens if you're deaf and hard of hearing? I'm glad that they have these options available. That can help them out so they can have fun. So let's do that. Colorblind mode. Let's take a look at the settings here. You basically have Deuteranopia, Protanopia, Tritanopia, and off. The strength is actually not that high, so we're going to set that to full, and we're going to see what that looks like. Okay, so that's Deuteranopia, that's Protanopia, and Tritanopia. Glad that they have the preview of what this will look like for you, so that's great. You love to see it. So we're going to go back. Font size, you can either small, large, or small or large. We're going to keep that large. We love a large text size. All right, so next, let's confirm that. All right, so let's take a look at the full options menu. Okay, we got all the text language stuff that we've already done. Inverted X and Y axis. If you need to be able to do that, you can change the sensitivity of the in-game camera, which could actually be very nice if you need to be able, you could this will help for those with who need fast cameras, or basically for motor disabilities, or just if you want yeah, if you need a little bit extra like help with that, that's also great. Auto target, camera target, turn camera auto target on or off. Tuning auto target off will require you to manually move the camera during battle and gameplay towards your enemy. Like that, it's on by default, so that's great. Low latency input. Set the low latency inputs. Okay, it's on by default, but we'll see how that goes. Jump heavy attack input priority. Adjust hammer on air heavy attack combo cancel. Adjust whether or not inputting a directional input when pressing a heavy attack in the air will cancel your attack into performing the hammer on action. Depending on your playstyle, having this on may cause unintended combo cancels. That's interesting. In a game where you have to have specific rhythm, having that you can cancel. That's a good. That's when like that. Not only just accessibility. That's when it's like part of the design that they thought about this. Like, okay, just to let you know, you can be able to control this if you want. If you don't want it to be like, if you don't want an action to be able to interrupt an animation, or you do. I like that. Control layout. Let's take a look at the settings for that. So you have type A, type B, or you can do custom. So you can do custom full remapping. Love that they are using the colors of the Xbox buttons. So the blue for X, yellow for Y, green for A, and then B for red for B. Love that. Looks like that. I'm trying to tell the difference between. Oh, it looks like they kind of have it for left and right. It seems like that the type A and type B is for left or right. So that's cool. Let's take a look. Left stick dead zone. You can adjust that. Right stick dead zone. Streamer mode. We're keeping that on for now. Controller vibration. Turn on or off. Like that. Hint system. Turn the hint system on or off. Like that it's on by default. We'll give additional hints to help you. Yep. We're going to keep that on. All right. Let's move over to graphics. Gamma. We've already looked over that. Chromatic aberration, enable or disable chromatic aberration during gameplay. I like that it shows you what it will look like with it on and with it off. Yeah, I'm gonna keep that off because that could add to motion sickness, and cognitive disabilities might have an issue with that. So we're gonna keep that off. Camera shake, we're gonna keep that off. Camera motion blur, we're gonna turn that off as well. All right, let's take a look at sound. We got master volume, music volume, voice volume. I will say it is hard to read the actual menu item. The white text with a shadow on the yellow. It kind of is. It's for me personally, it's hard to see. I can see the words better on when it's not selected. And technically how I'm able to read these right now is just the title that's on the right-hand side. That's the only thing that's kind of like iffy. Music effects volume. Love that. You can do a latency check. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. Let's see. Current latency is within range and should not significantly affect your enjoyment of the game. Interesting. I like that you can be able to check. Cool. Very cool. All right, so let's take a look at the accessibility menu. Obviously, we got font size, we got large for that, colorblind modes. So it looks like there's a bit of an accessibility filter. So what's great is that a lot of these items in the settings are in different other settings menu and not specifically tied to the accessibility menu only. So that's great that it looks like there's a filter plus also additional options in here. So we got cutscene subtitles, we've got all that stuff. Let's change the background opacity. I like that it shows different versions of what it will look like. So we're going to turn that to full. Context subtitles, we got those on. We got action voice subtitles, we got those on. Oh, the basic kind of... that's cool. We'll have to see how that looks in the game. I don't know what the context of this for the Chai power cord, but you can't see it. Actually, you can't really... Well, you can't see it on my with my camera in the way. Auto action mode. I've read about this. This is interesting. Turn auto action on or off. Auto action will automatically select movements, actions, attacks, and combos dynamically as long as you continue to press any attack to the beat. While you can no longer control which combos will occur, this is an easy way to perform dynamic combos and dodges with a single button. While this mode is on, other actions not bound to the attack button will still work as intended. This is great. This helps a lot of people with disabilities. This helps those with potentially or blind, low vision. This also potentially helps those with motor disabilities, being able to only hit one button. This has effects across the board. So I'm gonna have that on, because why not? Single button rhythm game. Enable all rhythm games to default to a single key. When this is enabled, any rhythm game requiring multiple key inputs will default to X, lowering the difficulty. However, this has no effect on the leniency of timing the button presses to the rhythm. So that's great, having only be able to hit one button, which is X. You don't have to basically, like, your quick time sequences can have you pushing a whole bunch of different buttons and you can't see it or you can't hit it in time. Having a single button rhythm game, you love to see it. I'm gonna have that on because that helps. Rhythm visualization. Please God, is the cat named 808? I love that. The cat is named 808. The robotic cat is named 808. Music nerds will get this, and I love it. Yes. You can select multiple visual representations of the beat coming from 808. That is cool as hell, and you have different. So I'm gonna move my camera so you can be able to see them all, because there's some pretty cool ones. So we got like a ring sort of situation, kind of look like Saturn, and then you have one from above with a circle, and then you have a sort of a flatter, not a full circle. I love that. I think I like two. We're gonna do two, because two works. Two works. Okay. This is great. All right. So that looks like is the... yes. Wait. Shoot. Did I just not apply those? Dig nabbit. Hold on. Did I just screw myself up? I did. Oh, man. All right. I'm going to have to go back in and be able to change all the settings on this, but... that being said, thank you so much for watching. Again, if you want to be able to check out the first hour of gameplay, make sure to check out the link over here or in the description down below to see how I play this game. All right. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video. As always, I remain obedient to yours. Bye.